Alright guys, in this video I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to create this effect in Adobe Photoshop. And basically what we're doing, we're turning the photo black and white and bringing out colors that aren't normally there. Like these glasses were originally blue and we're going to make them red, and then we're going to make it look like it's glowing. And one of the things that we need to do to make something look like it's glowing is to make it into an environment where it's a little bit darker. So we're going to do that as well. Alright, you can kind of see the effect right here. And I've done it on a few other ones. You can see this one right here. But yeah, we're basically going to go through those steps. Let me show you some of those steps right here. So starting off with the regular photo, and then adding a black and white layer, and then adding a color lookup layer, then hue and saturation specifically to the glasses, which we're going to make red, and then adding a separate layer right there, which is only going to affect the really outside edge of those glasses, and then basically adding an inner glow, which you can see here, and then an outer glow. And then after that, we're going to create a layer that affects only the face and maybe part of the clothes, just to make it look like the glowing glasses are actually in there. All right, so let's start. We're going to go with this image right here. First thing, you should always have it on window, workspace, photography, right? I'm just going to reset it, and then have this in double the columns, right? 2 columns as opposed to 1. So that way, if I'm directing you to a tool, you could kind of go off of that. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, half and half right here at the bottom of the layers, a little half and half icon right there. And then I'm going to go to black and white. Now you could edit this. You could bring this up, bring this down, and it can make a little bit more contrast there. But we're going to see once we get to the second layer. So that's the black and white layer. Done, right? Half and half cookie again. And this time we're going to go to a color lookup layer. Now in the color lookup layer, right here where it says 3D LUT, right? I selected one that goes with my image. Now again, these are the steps that affect my image best, or the ones that I chose. You could play around with these different colors that are going to apply. But this one, fall color look, you can see it adds that little sepia tone to it. And then so that it gives me a little bit more contrast and a little bit darker over here, I'm going to make that layer, as opposed to interacting normal with the other ones, I'm going to make it multiply. So you can see that definitely affected it. One of the reasons that I'm going through these steps, I know that there's different tutorials on how to make something glow and stuff, but these are ones that you could go back and edit. Like if I wanted to go back and edit the black and white, right? I could come back here and actually edit these, right? For mine, I'm just going to leave it like that. So that's the color lookup layer. And then I'm going to do a hue and saturation layer. Now, that hue and saturation layer is only going to apply to the glasses. So if I'm going to select the glasses, the best tool for the glasses, instead of using the quick selection or even like the polygonal lasso, I would use the pen tool. Now, I'm going to provide a tutorial for you guys in the description, but the pen tool is the best one. Second to that would be the polygonal lasso tool. And then third, but it's really not going to do a great job, would be this tool right here, the quick selection, right? I'm going to show you real quick a tip for the polygonal lasso tool if you're going to use that one. It's just going to take a lot more time, but yeah, you would go all the way around. I'm not going to do a good job. I'm just going to like show you the tip itself. But yeah, you would actually like take your time, go around the whole thing. Anyway, let's say you have your glasses selected, right? And I'm going to create this hue and saturation layer, right? But you want to take out the inside. This happens, by the way, with the pen tool as well. If you hold Option, you see how that changes? Let me show you. See how that changes to have a negative on it? That means whatever I click inside of, right, and I hold Option, I'm going to take away, and I don't hold Option after that. I just do it for the first one, right? I go around here, and it takes away that section. I do the same thing over here, right? See, and then right here, the face, boom, boom, boom. And again, your image might be different, but same principle still applies. You want to select the part of the glasses. Actually, you only want to select the glasses. For me, I saved mine, so I have it over here, and I took my time on it. And now that I have my marching ants around my glasses, and I've gone in and been very specific about what I'm going to be selecting there, I'm going to go over here to the bottom, half and half cookie again, and this time a hue and saturation layer. Now with this one, you do want to click on colorize. You want to bring the saturation up, Maybe bring this down a little bit. Let's see. I also want to do something to this. I want to make it multiply as opposed to normal. Yeah, there you go. So maybe bring the brightness up a little bit. That looks good. All right, now I have my hue and saturation layer. Great. Now after that, I want to create this separate layer that's going to make the glasses look like they're glowing. So what I want that same selection. So to get that same selection again, you hold Command, which again, we're on a Mac, so you hold Command, you click right here on the mask, and you get the marching ants again. I'm going to create a new layer just by clicking on that little plus right here next to the little trash can, and I'm going to bring that layer right below hue and saturation. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to fill it in with white, but I don't want it to be right on that edge, so I'm going to go to Select. I'm going to go to Modify, Expand. I want it to expand just a little bit. Let's see, maybe 10 pixels. Okay. And then I'm going to fill it in with white. Edit, Fill. And again, I'm in that new layer with white. Yes, hit OK. There it is. That looks off. Oh, that's right. I still have this layer on top of it. So it's not actually that pinkish color, it's this one. All right, now I want to get this back in there, so I'm going to hold Command and click there. Now I have my selection of my glasses again. I'm going to click on this layer I just selected, or created, sorry, with the white glasses on it, and I'm going to delete the inside part, only leaving me with the outside part. And there you go. All right, now this I want to blur because this is going to be my glow, all right? So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. I'm going to blur it a good amount there. Hit OK. And now I have this little white glow. That's good. That's good to make it just basically seem like it's glowing, but I don't have any of the red glow. This is going to be my inside, right? So I'm going to double click on that. And I do want to add an inside glow, which I'm going to give you the things right here. I'm not going to make it blue. I'm actually going to make it red. No, white. I'm going to make it white. Inside, white. That is correct. Screen 100. Everything looks to be correct. Now you could change this, but the contour is actually pretty good with this part. And then I'm going to go in with the outer glow. And again, don't want that in blue. Maybe I want that in red. Yes, I do. Now with this one, let's see. I'm going to make that one probably about 100 for the opacity. Maybe 0 right here. Let's see. Yes, yes. The size. Maybe bring the size down. Yeah, that looked like a lot. Maybe somewhere around here. Contour, that's correct. Soften, 60. Let's make the range. Maybe 45. Sure. All right. Then I'm going to click OK. So I have my inner glow, my outer glow, and for this one, I'm going to make it hue, right? Because it's changing the actual color. That's what I want. The hue for that one. Looking good so far. All right. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to edit this, right? This part right here, because in reality, this part is hidden right there. This part is hidden. Those parts would not be glowing because it's behind the actual thing. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go to the erase tool, which is, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the 7th tool on the left. I'm sorry, on the right. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to actually erase some of these things. Now, I'm going to make the brush smaller next to the letter P. You go in there and fine tune that. Oops. Actually, this kind of brush, I want it to be softer, right? Almost like that spray paint look right there. And let's see, yeah. The nose would actually be out there. Great. And then it would start glowing in there. And then this part, it wouldn't glow right on the edge, right? Because it's behind the head right there. Yep, that looks more realistic. And this part would not glow on the edge again for the same reason. It would probably stop right around there. Yeah, maybe glow on the back. All right. All right, I'm gonna go back in there and actually change this outer glow. Outer glow seems like it should be a little bit bigger. Let me bring the opacity down a little bit. And again, for yours, you're gonna have to change it no matter what, right? Because your picture is gonna be different. That seems to be okay. Let me see. Yeah, maybe something like that. And then the last thing, I want to create a hue and saturation. Like I'm going to create it right here, half and half. Hue and saturation. This is going to be applied to everything at first. So colorize. Yes, that red color, maybe about there. All right. All right. So this is what's going to be on the skin, but I don't want it to be on everything on the skin, right? So I'm going to click here on the mask, Command I to inverse that. So instead of all white, it's going to be all black, right? And all black on any mask that hides, right? So anything black, or at least that, yeah, black is going to hide, white is going to show. So now with the brush tool, let me see, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6th tool on the left, and using white as my fill color, and then having this brush, yes, like that. I'm gonna, yeah, the opacity should be a little bit low, so I put mine at 22. I'm gonna make my brush a little bit less right there. And yeah, I'm just gonna go in there and do this, right? I'm gonna add some of that layer, right? This layer right here that has all that color, I'm gonna add it into areas that should be affected by this. Now you could bring up the brush size, you could do it multiple times. The more you do it, the brighter it's gonna be, right? It would probably come around here. It wouldn't go onto the background, right? It'd probably come into here. Yeah, let me make mine a little bit more. Maybe here. Yeah, that seems a little bit better. Yes, these areas would be affected. Yes, this area would definitely be affected. I could make it bigger. Just brush over this part. Command C, I don't want to do that much of it. Maybe around here, around there, around here for sure. This part of the eye, definitely, right? It's being surrounded by light, so of course light is going to affect it. Light is going to affect this, it's going to affect that right there. And definitely the ear on this photo. These highlights would probably be coming from the light itself. Right there. Definitely this part of the sweater would be hit. Maybe if the light is coming from the back as well. Yep. And I could probably bring this back down to a 20. And then yeah, everything else is fine tuning it. But for the most part, this could be done, right? I have the light affecting the glasses. I have the colors affecting the glasses. Let me see, zoom out. Yeah. Any fine tuning you want beyond there, but really you want the glasses to stand out as something that's glowing. You want the glowing to be something that affects the skin. And of course, the image itself should be darker and higher contrast because you're making it look like the glasses are really coming out of there. I hope that helps. Enjoy.